After 50, your skin doesn't just lose moisture. It begins to lose its firmness, its glow, even the calmness in your sleep. But what if the secret to rebuilding collagen and waking up radiant isn't in a serum or cream, but in what you drink before bed tonight? I'll show you 4 simple nighttime drinks that quietly restore your skin, your sleep, and your hormones, all while you rest. I'm Dr. Angela, a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist with over 15 years of experience in women's health and hormonal wellness. I've seen thousands of women over 50 who believe aging skin and restless nights are things they simply have to accept. But the truth is, your body still remembers how to repair. It only needs the right nourishment before sleep to awaken that process again. Tonight, I want to guide you through something far simpler and more natural than any cream on your shelf. 4 bedtime drinks that work in harmony with your hormones to rebuild collagen, restore hydration, and bring back that peaceful glow you thought was gone. If you find value in this kind of gentle science-based care, please subscribe to my channel and help me reach our first 20,000 subscribers. It truly keeps me motivated to keep creating for you, and I'd love to know where you're listening from. So comment your country below, and let's see how far this circle of wellness reaches. Now, let's begin with the first drink, a golden one that's been healing skin and calming inflammation for centuries. 1. Golden milk. When we think of aging, most of us picture the surface fine lines, dryness, or the slow loss of radiance. But beneath the skin, something far more fundamental happens. The quiet network of collagen fibers, the very structure that holds our skin firm, begins to weaken. It's a natural consequence of hormonal decline, oxidative stress, and chronic inflammation. Yet Grand Life Health in its wisdom has long offered a way to slow that breakdown through one simple golden ingredient, turmeric. Turmeric has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, but modern research has confirmed what ancient women already knew. Its active compound, curcumin, works deep inside your skin's architecture. It helps silence a cellular pathway called NF-kappa B, the main driver of chronic inflammation that accelerates collagen loss. When inflammation is kept under control, fibroblasts, your body's collagen-producing cells, regain their ability to repair and strengthen tissue. What makes turmeric especially powerful is its dual action. Not only does it reduce inflammation, it also protects your collagen from glycation, a process where sugar molecules bind to proteins and stiffen them like caramel hardening on a pan. Over time, this caramelized collagen leads to wrinkles and sagging. Curcumin helps prevent this by neutralizing free radicals and improving glucose metabolism, allowing your skin to stay supple and resilient. But its benefits go beyond the skin. In women after 50, declining estrogen levels affect the body's stress response system, particularly the pituitary adrenal axis. When cortisol, your stress hormone, stays high at night, it speeds up collagen breakdown and disrupts sleep. Curcumin supports balance in this hormonal loop, reducing cortisol's impact and helping you enter deeper, more restorative rest. That's why so many women who add turmeric milk to their evening ritual often report not only smoother skin, but calmer sleep and a sense of emotional ease. The preparation itself can become part of your nightly rhythm, a calm ritual that tells your body it's time to rest. Start with 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk or oat milk. Both excellent plant-based choices that blend well with turmeric and are gentle on digestion. Warm it gently on low heat, not to a boil, just until it feels cozy and soothing. Then add 1/4 teaspoon of ground turmeric and a small pinch of freshly ground black pepper, finely crushed, so the active compound piperine can mix completely and help your body absorb the curcumin. Finally, stir in 1/2 teaspoon of almond oil or coconut oil, which acts as a healthy fat to carry the nutrients deeper into your system. As you stir, you'll notice how the golden color deepens, a simple reminder of the nourishment you're giving your body. Drink it about an hour before bed, allowing the warmth to relax your muscles and the curcumin to begin its quiet repair from within. One of my patients, Susan, began this ritual after struggling with dry, crepey skin and eyes that felt gritty from long hours at her computer. Within a few weeks, she noticed subtle changes. Her complexion looked plumper, her under eyes less puffy, and her sleep less restless. So, if you've been feeling that your skin has lost its softness, or that sleep no longer leaves you refreshed, golden milk is the perfect place to start. It's more than a drink. It's a message to your body that you are ready to restore balance. And once you begin this gentle practice, you'll see why it has been called liquid gold for centuries. But of course, golden milk is only the beginning. Because the next drink we'll explore takes the concept of nourishment even further from the inside out. It replenishes your skin's moisture and helps your body drift into truly restorative sleep.
2.
Almond milk. If golden milk is the warm, protective beginning of your nightly ritual, then almond milk is the step that follows, soft, creamy, and deeply nurturing. Where turmeric works on inflammation and collagen protection, almond milk focuses on something equally vital: hydration and hormonal balance during rest. Many women after 50 notice that no matter how much moisturizer they apply, their skin still feels tight or flaky. The reason often lies inside the body's ability to hold water declines with age as estrogen levels fall and the skin's lipid barrier weakens. This is where almond milk quietly steps in. Rich in vitamin E, almond milk acts like an internal moisturizer. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that shields your skin's delicate collagen fibers from oxidative stress caused by sunlight pollution and even emotional fatigue. It's not just about softness. It's about protection. At the same time, almond milk contains omega-9 fatty acids, which restore the lipid layer that keeps water locked inside the skin, giving it that subtle glow and elasticity women often miss after menopause. But almond milk's benefits extend beyond beauty. It contains tryptophan, an amino acid that plays a critical role in the production of serotonin and melatonin, the hormones that guide your sleep cycle. Serotonin helps you unwind emotionally, while melatonin signals your brain that it's time to rest. When these two work in harmony, the body releases growth hormone, a key player in nightly repair that rejuvenates both skin and muscle tissue. This means a glass of warm almond milk before bed does more than comfort you. It primes your body to rebuild itself overnight. I've seen this simple change transform my patients' routines. One woman in her 60s, Claire, had struggled for years with interrupted sleep and dull, dehydrated skin. She replaced her evening cup of black tea with warm almond milk, enhanced with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a few drops of vanilla extract. Within 2 weeks, her sleep deepened, and she woke up feeling refreshed for the first time in years. She didn't expect her skin to change, too. But the next time she visited, she smiled and said, "My face feels alive again." Preparing almond milk for this ritual is both soothing and practical. Choose unsweetened almond milk. The fewer additives, the better. Warm it gently over low heat, just until steam begins to rise. Add a pinch of cinnamon, which supports blood sugar balance overnight, preventing early morning cortisol spikes that can dull the skin. If you enjoy a touch of aroma, a drop of pure vanilla extract brings comfort to the senses and reminds the brain of calm, familiar sweetness. For women with particularly dry skin, adding a tiny pinch of sea salt can help retain hydration by balancing electrolytes. What I love most about this drink is how it speaks to both science and emotion. It nourishes the skin and hormones, yet it also comforts the heart. That deep sense of safety we often forget to give ourselves. It's that moment in the evening when you slow down, breathe, and remind your body that it's allowed to rest. So, as you sip your warm almond milk tonight, remember you're not just drinking for sleep. You're replenishing what stress, time, and daily life have taken from you. And as your body begins to trust this rhythm again, something beautiful happens. Your skin starts to mirror your calm. The next drink we'll explore continues that same path of inner restoration. It focuses not on the skin directly, but on the hormones and stress pathways that quietly decide whether you age in peace or in pressure. And this next one, delicate and fragrant, might be the simplest form of therapy your body has been craving. 3. Chamomile tea. There's a certain hour of the evening when the body wants to slow down, but the mind refuses to follow. Thoughts begin to circle. Worries replay themselves. And instead of repair, your body prepares for another night of tension. For many women after 50, this restless pattern isn't just emotional, it's hormonal. As estrogen and progesterone fluctuate, cortisol, the body's main stress hormone can remain high long after sunset. That's where the ancient comfort of chamomile tea becomes more than just a bedtime ritual. It becomes a form of hormonal therapy in disguise. Chamomile contains a natural compound called apigenin, a flavonoid that gently binds to GABA receptors in your brain, the same receptors responsible for calm and relaxation. This is not sedation, it's restoration. Apigenin helps quiet the sympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol levels and easing muscle tension. In doing so, it indirectly protects collagen. When cortisol stays elevated for too long, it triggers enzymes that degrade collagen fibers, leaving skin thinner and more fragile. By soothing the mind, chamomile actually allows the skin to rest and rebuild. But what fascinates me most about chamomile is how it affects sleep quality at the hormonal level. Deep sleep, not just hours in bed, but the slow-wave dreamless stage is where the body releases growth hormone. This is the exact window when collagen regeneration takes place, when damaged cells are replaced, and when the skin restores its elasticity. A nightly cup of chamomile gently guides the body into that cycle, helping your skin, eyes, and energy wake up renewed. The benefits extend beyond beauty. In today's world of constant screens and late-night scrolling, our eyes are under stress that the body was never designed to handle. Chamomile's antioxidants help protect the fine capillaries and tissues around the eyes, reducing puffiness and fatigue. Some of my patients describe it as the tea that relaxes the face. And in truth, it's not far from that. Relaxation is both visible and cellular. To make this tea, your own steep 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried chamomile flowers or a tea bag in hot water for 8 to 10 minutes. Cover it while steeping so the essential oils, the true calming agents, stay within the cup. Drink it in a calm, screen-free environment. Dim the lights, breathe deeply, and let your shoulders drop. For those who spend long hours at a desk or computer, placing a warm compress over your eyes while sipping can relieve muscle tension and increase circulation, a small gesture that brings disproportionate peace. A patient of mine, Linda, a 50-year-old graphic designer, followed this ritual nightly after years of tension, headaches, and sleep fragmentation. Within weeks, her eyes felt less strained and her mornings began without that heaviness behind the eyes. Her skin looked brighter, yes, but more than that, she looked rested. The kind of rested that no makeup can fake. So, if you're watching this and recognizing that same tension in yourself, take a moment right now to pause the video and tell me, what does your bedtime look like? Do you still stay on your phone, or do you have a ritual that tells your body it's time to let go? Leave a comment below and share your favorite way to unwind. Your ideas might help another woman watching from halfway across the world find her own calm tonight. Because chamomile tea isn't just a drink. It's a bridge between mind and body, between fatigue and renewal. And as you learn to calm the inner rush, the next drink we'll explore takes that relaxation even deeper. It works not only through your hormones but through your senses, reconnecting the body to its forgotten rhythm of peace and femininity. 4. Lavender tea. There's something almost poetic about lavender, the way its fragrance instantly quiets the mind before a single sip even touches your lips. But behind its gentle scent lies remarkable science, especially for women navigating the hormonal changes that reshape both body and mood after 50. While chamomile calms the surface tension of the nervous system, lavender reaches deeper, touching the emotional and endocrine layers that so often dictate how well we sleep, how balanced we feel, and how youthful our skin appears in the morning. Lavender's key component, linalool, interacts with the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and digest mode. Unlike quick sedatives, it doesn't force sleep, it invites it. Linalool gently lowers heart rate and blood pressure while easing the cascade of cortisol that builds up from daily stress. For women in midlife, this matters deeply because cortisol and estrogen work in opposition. When cortisol rises, estrogen's stabilizing effects decline. Over time, that imbalance affects collagen hydration and even how smooth our skin looks at dawn. By helping the body return to equilibrium, lavender indirectly gives your skin the chance to repair not through creams or serums, but through hormonal stillness. Beyond its biochemical impact, lavender also speaks to something more emotional. So many of my patients tell me that after menopause, their sense of calm feels harder to reach. The body is busy, the mind restless, and the heart unsettled. Lavender tea offers a kind of permission to breathe slower, to unclench, to remember that aging is not about losing softness, but rediscovering it in a wiser form. I often suggest drinking it as part of an evening ritual, not merely for its physiological effects, but for its symbolism. It marks the shift from doing to being. To prepare it properly, steep 1 teaspoon of dried lavender buds or a tea bag in hot water for 5 to 7 minutes. Keep it covered to retain the essential oils, which carry most of its calming compounds. Some women prefer to blend it with a few chamomile flowers for extra depth or to stir in half a teaspoon of warm almond milk for a softer texture. It's the perfect drink to hold in your hands when you want the world to slow down. Delicate in taste, yet deeply grounding. One of my longtime patients, Evelyn, began this ritual during a difficult year of insomnia and hormonal anxiety. Every night, she'd brew her lavender tea light, a single candle, and spend 5 quiet minutes reflecting on something she was grateful for that day. It wasn't long before her sleep stabilized. Her morning irritability faded. And as she put it with a smile, my face started looking like I finally slept through the night. What she didn't realize was that gratitude, calm, and improved blood oxygen all help stimulate microcirculation, the hidden pathway that supports collagen renewal. Lavender teaches an important lesson that science now confirms the nervous system and the skin share the same embryologic origin. What soothes your mind truly soothes your skin. When your brain believes you are safe, your body stops producing stress chemicals that constrict blood vessels and break down collagen. That is why the women who practice calm aging often look years younger. Not because they erase time, but because they stop fighting it. So, as you sip lavender tea tonight, let its fragrance remind you that healing is not always dramatic. Sometimes it's simply about slowing down, inhaling deeply, and allowing your body to trust the quiet again. And while lavender may seem like the perfect closing note, I have one final surprise for you. A golden secret once reserved for queens and ancient healers. It's rare, radiant, and powerful for both your skin and your eyes. Stay with me because this last drink will bring everything together. The calm, the glow, and the vitality you thought you had lost. 5. Saffron tea, the golden secret of radiance and circulation. Every culture has its own definition of beauty, but in the ancient world, few ingredients carried as much reverence as saffron. Known as the golden thread, it was once valued higher than gold itself. Not only for its color, but for its rare ability to rejuvenate body and spirit from within. For women, after 50, saffron represents something symbolic, a quiet, luxurious return to warmth, circulation, and vitality. This is not indulgence. It is nourishment on a deeper, almost cellular level. Saffron's power lies in 2 key compounds, crocin and safranal. These antioxidants do something remarkable. They fight glycation, the same damaging process that causes collagen fibers to stiffen and lose elasticity over time. Imagine collagen as a soft net under your skin. Glycation ties tiny knots into that net, making it rigid and uneven. Saffron gently loosens those knots, protecting collagen integrity and improving microcirculation so nutrients can reach the skin more efficiently. In clinical studies, saffron has even been shown to help balance dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters that regulate mood and resilience, both of which play silent roles in how your skin ages. But perhaps the most overlooked gift of saffron is its effect on the retina and blood flow. Women after menopause often experience reduced circulation, not just to the skin, but to the eyes and extremities. Saffron improves oxygen delivery and supports the delicate photoreceptor cells that protect vision. In one study from Italy, early-stage macular degeneration patients who took saffron daily experienced improved visual clarity. Though a nightly tea is milder, the principle remains: what nourishes the eyes nourishes the entire vascular system. To prepare saffron tea, simplicity is key. Take 3 to 5 saffron threads, preferably organic, and steep them in hot, not boiling water, for 10 to 15 minutes. Cover the cup to retain the aromatic compounds that hold the antioxidants. When the water turns a rich amber hue, stir in half a teaspoon of raw honey to add sweetness and enhance absorption. Drink it lukewarm, never too hot, allowing your body to receive its warmth slowly. Saffron works best in moderation. A few threads are all you need to awaken circulation without overstimulation. One of my patients, Elaine, discovered saffron tea during her recovery from chronic fatigue. At first, she was skeptical. It seemed too delicate to matter. But within 3 weeks, she noticed her skin had regained a subtle flush, and her nightly eye strain had faded. "It's strange," she said. "I look the same, but I feel brighter." What she described wasn't vanity. It was restored oxygenation. When the blood flows freely again, vitality shows itself quietly through the tone of the skin and the clarity in the eyes. Saffron also influences sleep through a less obvious but equally profound mechanism by stabilizing serotonin and gently supporting melatonin release. It helps the body drift into deep restorative rest without heaviness. It's the kind of sleep where the heart rate slows, blood vessels open, and collagen repair accelerates naturally. That's why I like to call saffron tea the graceful finisher, the ritual that completes your nighttime cycle of healing. So, if the other 4 drinks prepare your body for calm and repair, saffron tea is the closing note, the one that seals in balance, beauty, and warmth. It doesn't replace them, it elevates them. Think of it as a golden whisper to your cells, reminding them that vitality isn't gone. It only needed a spark to return. And now that you've seen how each of these nighttime drinks supports a different part of your feminine biology, from inflammation to hydration, from hormone balance to circulation, it's time to bring them together into one simple, sustainable rhythm. Let's talk about how to make these drinks part of your nightly life in a way that feels nourishing, gentle, and perfectly suited to you. As you've just discovered, the secret to youthful skin and deep restorative sleep after 50 doesn't come from expensive creams or complicated routines. It comes from the small nightly choices that speak to your biology, not against it. Golden milk calms inflammation and supports collagen from within. Almond milk restores hydration and helps your hormones guide you into healing rest. Chamomile tea lowers cortisol and allows your skin to repair. Lavender tea reconnects you to calm and balance, while saffron tea, the golden finisher, enhances circulation and nourishes the glow that begins beneath your skin. The beauty of these rituals lies in their simplicity. You don't have to change everything, only the moments before sleep. When your body learns to associate evening with peace, warmth, and nourishment, it begins to restore itself naturally. Every sip is a signal you are safe. You are supported. You are still capable of renewal. So tonight, choose one drink. Feel its warmth. Let it remind you that caring for yourself is not vanity. It's wisdom. And before you go, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and help us reach our first 20,000 subscribers. It means the world to me to know this message is reaching women everywhere. Leave a comment below sharing which drink you'll start with tonight, and let's continue growing this circle of calm, radiant women together. Until next time, sleep deeply, care gently, and remember your glow is never lost. It simply waits for you to return to.